chewed the lights off the Christmas tree. She also ripped down and chewed the wallpaper. Then she chewed foam off my speakers. She thought she was a puppy. Now, we had a puppy one time when I was a kid, still living at home. His name was Puddles, and we had a crate for him, but for some reason, we put him in the bathroom one time instead of putting him in the crate. And we only did that once because when we got home, I'm telling you, I mean, this was a poodle puppy. And I don't think he ever got more than 15 pounds full grown. So you can imagine how little he was when he was a puppy. Now, there must have been little, you know how the door, that's got that plywood, that thin layer of, it's probably not the right word, plywood, but that little edge, that kind of surrounds and seals the door. Must have been a little bit of cracking at the bottom of that. Well, he went to town, and he must have just grabbed that little edge that was sticking up from the bottom of the door and ran backwards. And he did this over and over and over again for the length of the door. He did it there was numerous pieces just stripped. I mean, it was still attached. He didn't get them off, but he got them to go all the way up the door. It still amazes me to this day that tiny little puppy did that. I could have sworn my mom was definitely getting rid of the dog after that happened, but she didn't. In fact, that was the love of her life. Puddles was the love of her life. Now, Lynn says, within the course of a few weeks, my puppy Faith chewed up 2 remote controls, prescription glasses, and my cell phone. Oh, and our older dog, Chewy, had a stroke the first time we left Faith out of her crate to run an errand, and I blamed her for that as well. Oh, my. That is some damage. Now, Marcy says, my parents' cat walked in a tray of white paint, then ran all over the house, leaving paw prints everywhere. She said his belly had to be shaved in order to get that dried paint off. Oh, my goodness. Diane says, wow, so far, 2 cats and 5 dogs. I have nothing, thank goodness. Zinni says, luckily, my Stanley is a good one. Michelle says, does chewing up a retainer count? That was very costly. I'm sure that was very costly. And it certainly does count. Yeah, these pets, man, they are lucky. They are cute. They are lucky we love them. Tucker was just playing ball by herself. I don't know where she went. Is she up to no good? Is she damaging something? Where'd she go? Tucker! Where'd you go, girl? Tucker! Oh, you're on Daddy's chair. Hi, baby girl. She pops her head up on Daddy's chair. Okay, you're good. Dismissed. Go ahead, lay down. Sorry to disturb you. She's sitting on Daddy's chair. Okay, she settled right back in down. She's like, all right, stop bothering me. So I will move on to my blog post, and I had thought of this yesterday when I was playing some pickleball. I'm going to get into this a little bit later on this week. I played pickleball yesterday, and I was the worst I have ever been while playing pickleball, maybe aside from the first time. I couldn't even serve. I couldn't even get a serve in bounds. It was crazy. It's like I had never played before. I was actually humiliated. I was like, I don't even want to play anymore because I feel stupid and like an idiot. But it kind of inspired my topic for today, just for the fact that I was chatting with some of the other ladies, which today's topic is get those priorities straight. I posted up a picture that I had taken while I was in the Outer Banks. It's a beautiful picture of a dock leading out to the wonderful sound of the Outer Banks. And set your priorities for the rest of the year, it says. What do you want to have accomplished by the end of 2019? And I want to hear from you today. Please comment. Tell me what you would like to accomplish by the end of the year, because when you write it, you are more inclined to do it. You will be holding yourself accountable. So go on, tell me what you would like to accomplish by the end of this year. So while I was at pickleball, we a lot of times do more talking than playing. They were discussing some of the parties coming up and how November and December are always so busy. So I thought to myself, indeed, they are. And as much as I would love to indulge in every party, gathering, and family event, that will not likely work. So I must choose. I have to figure out which events are the most important for me to attend and which ones I can tolerate missing. So whip out that calendar right now. Write down everything you have scheduled thus far. As much as I like to think I can remember important events, I usually forget when I find an invitation in my inbox. I usually automatically go, oh my God, that sounds like so much fun. All right, I'm in. So just last week, I got an invite to a Friendsgiving gathering with some old friends. I immediately said yes and then realized it is the same day as our annual Christmas parade here at the Jersey Shore. Now, this is the biggest event of the year for us locals. I try to never miss it. Friends of mine usually have a big gathering after the parade, lots of yummy food, have a huge fire to hang around. It is great fun, and like I said, something I try to get to every single year. So I did pass on the Friendsgiving. It was a tough decision, but I decided to go with the Christmas parade because I love a parade. So this is what's going to start happening now that the year is coming to a close and the holidays are upon us. You have to figure out what is most important for you. Is it time with your family? Or do you want to hit every party your friends are having? There are the big holiday dinners, as you know, and usually that's spent with family or in-laws. But there will be a number of gatherings and parties leading up to the end of the year. There will be work events in the mix as well. Does your company have a big party every year or a potluck at the office? Make sure to keep track of those as well. So as I start pondering the events I want to attend, I have to realize that I can't go to all of them, and that is when my FOMO kicks in full force. The fear of missing out. Man, I hate that. But as my social calendar fills, I have to limit myself. Now, it's actually not a bad position to be in. I love that I have so much going on that I have to probably turn down invitations. I have found for myself that the busier I am with social activities, the happier I am, much to my husband's dismay. I don't know if he likes being as super busy as I prefer to be. In fact, I was so tired when I had him wake me up yesterday. I almost didn't get out of bed. And he said, yeah, I kind of got the feeling that you weren't going to get up when I left, when I, walked out the door. And I said, I don't know why I was so tired. I said, I went to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. He goes, because we were nonstop all weekend. So maybe that was his little bit of complaining. I'm not complaining. I love it. But it does mean that you probably have to miss out on some stuff. But now is the time to get that social calendar in order. Take a little time to figure out what you have available and what is already booked. You can go on a first-come, first-served basis, or you can just pick based on how much bang you will get for your social buck. Sometimes it's too hard to choose, and maybe that's why just stick to the first-come, first-served. First invite gets the go. You can pick one event that will have the most of your friends together, though, instead, but don't spread yourself too thin. This is the most wonderful time of the year, right? Of course it is. So don't wear yourself out. Schedule some of those quiet nights at home with a good book and a cup of hot cocoa, date nights with your honey, and some time to just veg out in front of the TV. Speaking of TV, I forgot. See, there's another thing. I always think, I'll remember. Taylor Swift, Voice, last night. Missed it. I don't know if she's going to be on again tonight because they do have a Monday, Tuesday schedule. Probably not. I'm sure. I think. I hope I can get it on demand. Hate to miss out on some of my Swiftie time, but I think that they have it on demand. I think that I'll be all right. But again, I can never remember stuff anymore. It's horrible. But take some time, veg out in front of the TV. I'm on the search for a new show to binge watch. I think I'm going to tackle The Crown. I've heard a lot of good things. Is it The Crown? Is that the one that just had the movie come out? Or no, that's Downton Abbey. Okay, I think I'm going to try Downton Abbey. So keep all of this in mind. Don't spread yourself too thin. Make sure you enjoy this most wonderful time of the year. I was actually in the store yesterday. I feel like I'm behind. Already. The stores are completely decked out. So don't forget to book your time for decorating. I always do jump ahead a little bit because I love it. But yeah, like I said, shopping yesterday made me feel like I was behind. So all this stuff that I want to buy, I was in there just to get one little thing, and I was good. I forced myself to walk right out that door with either the thing I was intending to buy, or if I didn't find it at that store, I left. In fact, I went to 3 different stores yesterday and didn't buy one Christmas item. Not one. So proud of myself. It's Taco Tuesday. I would like you to grab a taco and put a little thought into how you want to spend the next 2 months. Then schedule. We're going to talk a little bit more about goals and ambitions. The goals and ambitions you would like to have done by the end of this year a little later on. This one was more about the social aspect, making sure that you enjoy all the time and all the events that are coming up at this wonderful, fantastic time of year. So cheers to a fantastic wrap of 2019. It'll be 2020 before you know it. We'll all say it like Barbara Walters, 2020. Now go make it your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Ellen, have me on your show.